What will the cost of living adjustment be for Social Security in 2026? Those of you that are already retired or on the verge of retiring, this is an important, critical piece of your retirement plan. I've got that more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Far too early to be really projecting out and planning on what the cost of living adjustment will be for Social Security in 2026, but that doesn't mean we're not seeing estimates coming in. And as I'm starting to see those, I wanted to share those with you. How is Social Security cost of living adjustment calculated? Well, there is actually a formula for this, and it's not just plucked randomly out of thin air by the government or Social Security Administration. They look at the urban CPI, so CPI-W, and they look at it for its on average of the 3 months in the third quarter for the previous year compared to the year prior to that. So for the cost of living adjustment for Social Security for 2025, it was 2.5%, by the way. It looked at the average cost of living adjustments for the CPI-W from July of 24 compared to 23, August of 24 compared to 23, and September of 24 compared to 2023. Uses those averages, compares just that one quarter at a time, and that's how they determine the cost of living adjustment for Social Security for the next year. So obviously at the time I'm recording this is July of 2025. We don't know what the CPI-W is going to be in July of 25 or August or September. We know what it was in those months in 2024, but we don't have it for 2025. And of course, with all the concerns about trade war and tariffs, and let alone Middle East tensions that have spiked recently, which could influence cost of oil and some supply chain issues logistically throughout the globe, we don't know exactly what's going to happen with inflation. But expectations are already pouring in about what retirees could see as their cost of living adjustment for Social Security in 2026. For context here, yes, the 2025 cost of living adjustment, or COLA, was 2.5%. That was down, expected to be down from 3.2% the year before. And then here were the sort of the rising inflation or inflationary spike that we saw after COVID in 2020. 8.7% cost of living adjustment in 2022, and that followed a 5.9% increase in COLA in 2021. Prior to that, you can see very meager, right? While we're looking at this past year saying only 2.5%, compare that to what we saw in 2020, 2019, 2018, it was a little bit higher, and then 09, 10, we're zero, right? So it's not common that these are enormous numbers, but just a little bit, again, to keep up with inflation. So what are the early expectations for 2026? Well, actually showing the exact same number that we saw in 2025. Early expectations are showing cost of living adjustment to Social Security of coming in around 2.5%. Previously, that first estimate was around 2.4%. So I suppose that's good news, although this is, again, coming off of real inflation. So we're hoping real inflation is low. But I know those of you in retirement, having a good cost of living adjustment is super helpful. Social Security is the primary source of income that slays all three retirement income dragons. One, it's the same amount no matter what happens with the market, so it slays the retirement volatility dragon. Two, it's going to last as long as you need it to, so it slays the longevity risk dragon. And then three, it's one of the only sources of retirement income that slays the inflation risk as well, even if you say that, this really isn't keeping up with real inflation that I feel at the grocery store in my everyday life. Yes, there is still an increase there, an inflation adjustment for it. In 2025, the average Social Security check is right around $2,000, $2,002. So a 2.5% inflation or cost of living adjustment to that would be right around $50 a month that the average person collecting the average Social Security check would see. The question is, how far does that go? How much does Medicare increase? What are some of the other increases to your Medicare supplement or your Part D prescription drug plan? So we'll see as the data comes in for the CPI-W for this third quarter, and we'll project out again as those data points come in so that you can plan ahead. Big question is, when you're planning for retirement during your career, your Social Security. Hopefully you're getting your estimate from SSA.gov so you know exactly what you're planning on for you. But then what are you inflating? What are you assuming that number inflates at throughout your retirement, right? To plan appropriately ahead. I would hope that you're not using too significant of a number, that you assume inflation or cost of living adjustments throughout retirement is going to be 3% or 4%, something like that. Hopefully this is an area that you're applying some conservatism and being a little bit more careful and balanced in your approach with your 5-factor retirement plan. So that's the latest. That's what we know right now. Work with your certified financial planner so that you can plan ahead for your Social Security and what cost of living adjustment will apply in your retirement planning. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, wise20show.com, Korhorn.com as well. That's Korhorn with a K, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go on and take your next wise step in your financial life.